lot of times when they talk about MoviePass, you usually get a picture of Mitch and Ted, but that's definitely not the case.
It is an endless list of, oh my God, what is happening here?
Oh God, these old stories.
This is a company, not a family, and not all roles get to party.
Karma's a bitch.
Alrighty, just finished MoviePass, MovieCrash, an HBO documentary about good old MoviePass. Gosh, I don't know. It's been a while since I've talked about MoviePass. I have a kind of a crazy history with it, like many people. And I also heard that they're making, like, this is a little side note, but I heard they're making like an actual movie about this, which, you know, they did a GameStop movie, so I could totally see them doing a MoviePass movie. But this documentary was really interesting. A lot of the stuff I knew, I mean, I lived through it, and I actually was one of those idiots who invested in Helios and Matheson, the owner of MoviePass. You know, they didn't go too crazy into like the faults of MoviePass at the time. I mean, they dived into it a little bit. This is more about the corporate greed, and I'll really deep dive into Mitch Lowe, the CEO, and Ted Farnsworth, the head of Helios and Matheson. So it was interesting to see all the employees talk about it. It was interesting to see they never interviewed Ted, but they interviewed a lot of Mitch, and it was interesting to see still his cockiness and kind of, I don't know, like he apologizes, but still he's got some cockiness about him to run. He took this company from its original founder and ran it into the ground in a year, which is pretty impressive. But this does have a happy story, and I don't want to like spend too much on all the negatives of it, because it is a crazy story. But Stacy Spikes, the original creator of MoviePass, actually bought MoviePass back, and I have a new MoviePass card. And so, you know, who knows? Maybe this will have an actual happy ending. I will say the documentary felt very like Fire Festival-y, kind of. There was a couple Fire Festival documentaries I remember watching, and that's what this felt like. You know, at first you're like, oh, this is crazy, it's insane. Another thing I will say, they don't go too much into the whole, like, I remember at the time they were saying MoviePass is going to make all this money because they're going to partner with the theaters, or they're going to get enough market share where they can like strong arm the theaters into giving them a cut of the concessions, or they're going to have all this data. Like, they go into it a little bit, but they don't go into it as much as I feel like they could. Parts of this documentary feel kind of surface level, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think with time we might get more into this, but I thought it was interesting as someone who, you know, used MoviePass a ton, loved MoviePass, who invested in MoviePass, who, you know, has the current version of MoviePass, although it's not quite as good as it used to be. I had MoviePass before they went to the $10 a month. So I'm kind of, you know, a hardcore MoviePass user. I liked it back in the original days when it was like $30-$40 a month. That was I think peak MoviePass. Now you get credits, and I still use it a lot, and I do like MoviePass, but it's never been what it was ever since Mitch drove it into the ground. It's an interesting documentary. It's about an hour and a half. It's a good documentary to watch about corporate greed and people who don't really know what they're doing destroy a company in under a year. So I highly recommend it, especially if you used MoviePass and are like interested in, because right now I will say that I am concerned about the movie theater business, and really MoviePass could have been a movie theater savior. I mean, but really all these movie theater companies made their own subscriptions, and you know, and it's still not saving the theater industry, it doesn't feel like. So I don't know, but I feel like it's a missed opportunity. But yeah, I highly recommend it. I enjoyed it. It was definitely worth a watch. Oddly enough, this movie wasn't put in theaters. It's just, I think it's kind of weird. You could watch it on Max. So another weird part about this, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give MoviePass, MovieCrash a 4 out of 5. Until next time, this is Rainy Cage. Peace out.